I'm gonna show you step by step on how to create a resume on Indeed.com, which I personally use to start making about $1,600 on average about 2 months after I got out, right? I'm gonna show you what I did. And then when I got my first job, how I went in there and updated my skills, and then what I had to do to start applying at all these other competitors to the company that I was working for. And I took the highest bidder, and they paid me by the square foot. I'm about to show you real quick. Now, I done made a fake email address. I'm going to make a fake account. Y'all put your real information in here. Of course, my first name is not Captain and my last name is not America. But I will make a suggestion on your email. When you do make an email address, because you got to create an account, the first thing you have to do is put in your email address. Make it professional. It doesn't have to be extremely professional, but when I was younger, I had an email address that was like, Mr. Pimp has arrived. You don't want an employer to take you seriously with an email address like this. So it needs to be your first name, last name, and services. John Doe Services or John Doe Associates or whatever your name is, and something professional, or whatever your name is, 01 at the end of it. You just want it, you don't want it to be anything crazy where the person that you're trying to get a job from doesn't take you serious. But this is the first step, right? You put your first name. This is so easy. This is the easiest way to create a resume. Put your first name in. This is a fake number. This isn't a real number, so don't call me. I don't know who you'll reach at this number, but check this off right here. Show my number on Indeed, because you're going to start sending your resume out to all of these different companies. Why this is so important is because majority of people get out of prison, they don't have a vehicle, but you might have the resources and help from your support, whoever family members, to help get you a phone, right? So if you are at home, you can create this resume on your phone and just start applying on jobs on your phone. You don't need a vehicle like you used to have when I was growing up to go get a job and fill out applications, right? So make sure you check that box that you do want your phone number. I'm not putting my personal street out. I don't need y'all sending me crazy stuff in the mail. And it's been done before. Put your real address in here, please. It could be wherever you're living, wherever you're staying, just in case you get a job and it's dealing with stuff that you need to get in the mail. Like you'll get your 401k papers in the mail if the job provides 401k. Your benefits, medical health will send you different stuff on whoever insurance company they use. And even some employers, like the company that was paying me $1,600 a week, they would send all different types of safety tips and updates, and they want you to look over and read it, which majority of people didn't. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't. But level of education. I got my GED my first time I went to prison, right? And you could put that in. I got my GED. You could pull a school. I literally went to BCI. I went to Brevard Correctional Institution my first time in prison, right? That was crazy camp. Crazy camp. Spent my whole bit there my first time in prison. School location, Cocoa, Florida. Currently enrolled. Say the times. If you haven't, you can skip this year. I don't even remember the year this was. To February 2010. I don't remember the exact times. Look how long ago this was, right? So save that. Now you can add any other education with this right here. All you got to do is click on this plus sign, this whole bar that lights up blue when you scroll on it, right? And if you're incarcerated and you got a trade, click on it and put the trade that you got. Some of you got welding trades, automotive trades. You got your Save Serve, your OSHA certificates. I seen my last camp, bakery entry. They had janitorial. You know what I'm saying? But we had to take OSHA classes, so we got OSHA certificates. You could add all of this in here. Do it. Do it. Put all the information you can in here, and then click continue. Job title. My first job when I was in prison was food service. Don't get it twisted. A job is a job. So all of those people that sit there and, hey, bro, you can't get work off of your time while you was in prison. Yes, you can. Because when I had my construction company, when we hired people, we wanted to know the level of experience they had because we worked in the heat, and I live in Florida. So we have to know that you're used to working in the heat, because majority of people that aren't used to that will pass out or they won't prepare the right way. These younger kids want to come out here in the heat in hoodies and pants, and you see what's going on. But this was my first job. Company. You could put the prison and all. It doesn't matter. They want to know your level of experience doing this. My first camp was FSP. FSP. Let me capitalize it. FSP. Make it look a little bit more professional. City, Rayford, Florida. Month, January. I don't really remember the months. 2011, May 2013. I was in food service a minute. Food service. Look what this bar says right here. Get ideas for bullet points. This is AI generated. All I did was type in food service worker. Now watch what happens when I click on this. It gives you bulletins. What job title best matches your role? Prepared and serve food and beverages to customers in a timely and efficient manner. Yes. Maintain cleanliness and sanitation standards in the kitchen, dining area, and food preparation areas. That sounds very professional, doesn't it? Yes. And you already know, depending on what camp you in, some of those kitchen workers, the people, the staff, they was extremely strict, or depending on what officer you had in there was extremely strict. So go down the list of these AI generated bulletin points and click on them. Read them. If this sounds good, don't be making up BS now. Don't be just clicking on everything to make it sound like you're just so good. Because if they start asking you questions about your bulletin points, you want to sit there and say, yeah, we had to use bleach and water and soap to scrub. At least you know that. Now, if they ask you something about managing and helping, telling people what to do, you don't want to get in depth of something you did not do, right? If you worked in freezers, if they have that down here, handle customer complaints. No, see what I'm saying? We didn't handle customer complaints or issues promptly. That's not us. Don't click on that. You ain't do that in prison. Ensure compliance with health code regulations. See what I'm saying? We ain't do all that. Maintain knowledge of menu items, including ingredients used for accurate communications with customers. I don't know all about that. Supported other team members when necessary by assisting with various tasks such as dishwashing or cleaning. Yes, because I know you had to clean up. You go down, click on 5, 6, 7 of them, and add them to the list. This will be added to your resume. So click on a couple of those. Oh, no, don't skip. Hit save. Save. Boom. It'll go to the next one. Add another work experience. Okay. Let's see what we got. What else did I do? Inside grounds. Inside grounds. Let's see what pops up for inside grounds. Inside grounds doesn't pop up. Let me put lawn care specialist, lawn care. Let me do lawn care. Company. Again, FSP. I ended up getting trouble. I ended up going to the West unit. They raised my custody, HO4. All the HO4s had to be pushing this, right? City, Rayford. Now, one thing I want to tell you is remember the dates, because majority of people don't go too far in depth on this application. They just want to know you have experience and you can handle the workload that they're trying to give you. And they importantly want to know your attitude toward having this job, right? So they're not going to go too far in depth. But you need to have everything lined up. You don't want to have big gaps showing that you weren't working for a year or two, because they're going to ask you what happened between this time. That's when they start getting curious, like, why didn't you have a job for 2 years? What were you doing? So try to fill your whole time in prison. The whole time you was in prison, you was working anyways. It's under the Constitution. This is like legal slaves. You had to work, or not. You was in the box because you didn't want to cut your hair or whatever the case was. See him because you kept getting in trouble. You was working. So fill in the whole timeline. Don't try to leave any gaps. I believe March. I'm gonna do April 2013. Just to fill in the time, to June 2016, right? Get ideas for bulletin points. It's going to pop up all for the lawn care service, right? What job title best matches your role? Get ideas for bulletin. What title best job? What job title best matches your role? Landscaping service. I'ma say lawn care worker. Boom. See how that popped up? All AI generated bulletins perform lawn maintenance tasks such as mowing, edging, and trimming to ensure a well manicured appearance. And some of you that was on outside grounds working outside the gate, you can add this type of stuff. Operated various landscaping equipment, including lawnmowers. Now, you know, we was pushing the Flintstones, so it wasn't nothing crazy. Maintained and repaired irrigation systems, nothing like that. Apply, no. Identify common law, does he know? Collaborated with team members to complete large-scale landscaping projects within specified timeframes. We can add that. Assisted in the installation of new landscape features such as sodding, planting flowers. No. Ensured cleanliness of work areas by removing debris after completing each job. Yes. Provided excellent customer service. You can put that. Maintain accurate records of daily activities, include hours worked, tasks completed, materials used. You can put that. Increase the efficiency by whatever percent through the implementation of achieve the customer satisfaction rating of collaborated with clients to develop customized lawn care plans, recommended appropriate plants. Anyways, those are the 3 I picked it. Add those to it. Hit the save button. And you could keep going down the list. This is why it's so awesome and so easy. And you've seen how simple it was to create this resume. And you can keep adding another work experience, whatever job you did. Fill up the whole time you were incarcerated. Fill it up. Hit continue. Now look, we recommend adding at least 6 skills. This is when you get done at adding your jobs. So it's telling you at least add 6 skills. And these skills are going to be already AI generated for the job specifications that you just added. Look, they're already here. Lawn care, I can add that. Roofing, mowing, I can add that. Groundskeeping, I can add that. Food service, add that. Kennel, pest control, tree trimming, construction, landscape maintenance. I can add this, right? And then you could put in stuff like leadership. Boom. Leadership skills. This is what people want to see. Look at that. I got a couple skills already added to my resume. Continue. Add a certification or license. This is what I'm telling you. If you got your trade or Save Serve certificate or anything you did with, some of you got the wastewater management licenses. Some people got degrees while they were in there. If your people pay for the college degrees, some camps are starting to actually have college courses there. If you did get a degree, add it. Add your OSHA licenses if you had to get it, depending on what trade you ended up getting. Add everything you got and then hit continue. Look, your whole resume right here is done. Your resume complete. Continue. What are you looking for in your next job? Now, go down the list. Sharing preferences help connect you with relevant job and employers, except for pay. These may be shown to employers when you allow them to find your profile. Add job titles, remote jobs. Just hit finish. It's time to go apply for jobs. Your Indeed resume is ready to share. Continue to profile. All right. Now, I have my resume ready to work, skill test, improve your job matches. See, they didn't have all this when I did this. So this is extra stuff you can do to improve your chances of getting a job. I didn't have to do all this. I'm going to skip this. I'm going to click on home, and then I'm going to go. Look, it already put Jacksonville, Florida, because that's where I stayed, Jacksonville, Florida. So you can literally just start going down and clicking on all these jobs and hit apply, hit apply, hit apply, hit apply. Now, my homeboy wanted to start his own food truck. So you can put restaurant, Jacksonville, Florida, search, because you want to gain as much skills as you can. You want to learn as much as you can about the restaurant, right? What I did was construction, and I didn't have any construction background at all. Construction labor. I hit search, and this is literally what I did. Skilled labor with CDL? No, don't click on nothing you're not skilled in. Bridge carpenter, easily apply. Boom. Click on this. Right here, it'll say apply now. As soon as you click on apply now, it's going to send your resume that you just created to these people. I literally sent them to every plumber I could find. I sent them to every drywall installer, tile, siding company, anything to do with construction on houses, because I wanted to get into real estate and I was going to buy cheap houses, fix them up. I was trying to do everything as possible that I need to learn what I can learn to get into the real estate game, right? So these were my goals. This was my objective. I applied at every single framing company. The first company that actually responded back to me was a framing company. Now, let me tell you what I did. I took it immediately, and they were only paying me $400 a week, right? This is my first job. I'm out. I don't think I'm out 2 weeks when I start working here. So they're paying me $400 a week. In 2 weeks, I was at this company a whole month. Now, listen to what I'm about to tell you. I literally looked at everything people were doing. I had to help set the walls on the foundation and nail them down into the concrete. I had to help set trusses up. I had to do what down here in Florida is called hurricane tie downs. This is important because I had to drill holes in the top of the bottom of the walls into the concrete and put bolts to hold down the bottom of the walls in the concrete. I had to use a nail gun to put these metal straps to these trusses to the top of the walls. The reason this is important and you learn the language of what they're saying is because 2 weeks, only 2 weeks that I had this job, I went back on Indeed.com and updated my resume with all the skills that I just learned in only 2 weeks. I did not master nothing. I was trash. I was slow. I was still figuring things out. There was so much to memorize. I couldn't memorize it all. So I would go home, write down notes and stuff like this. Every day I had to do something different. I would update my resume for 2 weeks. After the first 2 weeks of working at this framing company, guess what I did? Went and applied at every framing company. I didn't care they was their competitors. I didn't look at it like that. I was just trying to better my life, right? I applied at every framing company and they saw my skills. And guess what I did? I took the highest bidder. About 6 people responded back, right? Because they needed someone that can install the metal, what I was doing, the bolts and the straps and stuff. This is actually very hard work. No one wants to do it. I had a mentality where I do whatever. I sat down. This one company told me, guess what? They'll pay me by the square foot. I ain't even know what that meant. I was like, what do you mean? And they were like, we can do 10 cents a square foot since you're working for us. And I was like, I don't understand. It was like, if you do a 4,000 square foot house in a day, you'll make $400 in a day. And I was like, what? Yes, sign me up. I put my 2 weeks notice in. So what they did was start me off on a 30-day probation period where I was working for like $15, $16 an hour. And after them 30 days, they put me on square foot. Me and this other guy, was a 2-man crew. Me and this other guy, that's all we did. We did the metal. We didn't have to do nothing with framing. As soon as the carpenters framed the house, we would go in and install the metal. And we were making about $400-$600 a day. We were doing so good. On bad days, we were doing about $200. On average, we cleared about $1,600 a week. We were doing good. I was able to start paying bills, save up to get me a vehicle. I was able to stack money at the same time. Because listen, when you get on your feet, when you start making this money, I already seen it. Majority of people I done showed this strategy to, they make this type of money and go back. They fall right into the same people that they was hanging out with that got them locked up in the first place. Don't do that. Stack your money as much as you possibly can. Don't take on a whole bunch of debt and go get you a brand new car. Don't sit here and do all this other crazy stuff and get you a brand new house or even a used house. You don't want to go in debt. Your objective is to stay out of debt that's going to hurt you in the beginning. Now, there's a thing called good debt, but that's for another video. I'll teach that later about assets and stuff. Right now, build your resume. Use this strategy. I've seen it work multiple times. When I start interviewing JJ and all these other people, they'll tell you this is what they did as well. And this is how it led them to get into the right situation, the right companies, and build the right network so where they were making over $1,000 a week too. Use it. Till next time, like, subscribe, but most importantly, share this video with every convicted felon you know. Share it with every single one of them. Don't gatekeep. Don't hide the information. Whatever goals they got in life, help them out. Share this video. Make sure they like and subscribe too. I'll see y'all later.